I'm Christina, a local realtor here with 15 years experience. My own healing journey is what initially led me to Sedona from the East Coast. And moving here was one of the best decisions I ever made.
And I'm Shane, third generation real estate developer. I recently made the move from Phoenix to Sedona with the help and guidance of this amazing woman. So I'm here to give you the real resident perspective.
So really this is the best of both worlds, the real estate perspective and the real life perspective.
Christina and I are grateful to be building a life here together as partners in life and in business. And we're excited to share our journey with you and more importantly, help you on yours.
We're taking you beyond the postcard version of Sedona, covering everything from real estate, lifestyle, local hotspots, restaurants, hidden gems.
What? Hidden gems?
World-class hiking, wellness retreats, and so much more.
If you are new here and you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Sedona or the Verde Valley area, make sure to reach out. Our information is in the description below, or scan the QR code, book a call directly. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow along as Christina and I take you inside Sedona.
Okay, let's dive in. Pro number one, tourism. Sedona gets between 3 to 5 million plus visitors a year with only about 10,000 residents. So tourism is a huge part of our economy. It supports local businesses, restaurants, shops, experiences, and the overall energy. It also helps fuel real estate demand. People visit, fall in love, and then they want to buy here.
The number one con just so happens to also be tourism.
Tourism.
Tourism does affect daily life. Tourism is going to bring the traffic, crowds, limited trailhead parking, visitor heavy feeling during peak seasons.
And those peak seasons are March through May and September through November, or spring and fall. Traffic does become one of the biggest frustrations, but you do start scheduling life around that timing naturally. Living here means learning the best grocery times, the best trail times, the best routes, weekday windows. You start living by that rhythm instead of speed.
Ooh, I like that. And speaking of rhythm and speed, something to be aware of, roundabouts.
Oh God.
Roundabouts are everywhere in Sedona.
Please understand how to navigate a roundabout if you have not been here yet. Study it, understand it, practice a few if you can. Right. Just come here knowing what to do, because there's a lot of them.
There's definitely a lot of them, and if you do begin to master one, you're just one step closer to becoming a local. Pro number two on our list is everybody's favorite word, taxes.
Definitely not.
If you're thinking about moving or investing in Sedona, Arizona, you need to understand one thing. The tax story here is a tale of two sides, and honestly, it can make or break your decision depending upon your goals. So let's start with the pros. Arizona is one of the most tax-friendly states in the country. You've got a flat 2.5% state income tax, which does keep things simple and predictable. On top of that, property taxes are extremely low, right around 0.4 to 0.5%. So even here in Sedona, $1 million property might only cost you about $4,000 to $5,000 per year in property taxes. That's dramatically lower than places like California or even Texas. Another big win, there's no estate or inheritance tax in Arizona, which is a huge advantage, especially if you're thinking long-term wealth building or passing property down. So from an ownership standpoint, Sedona, I would say, is incredibly attractive, just like this one is. Low holding costs, simple tax structure. It's very investor friendly on that side.
So that brings us to con number two, taxes.
Taxes.
Sedona makes up for those low ownership taxes with high consumption rates. The combined sales tax here is right around 10%, which is higher than most cities in Arizona. And if you're running a business or especially a short-term rental, this matters a lot. Short-term rental taxes in Sedona can land in the 12 to 15% range or higher when you combine the city, county, and state taxes. The city alone adds about 3.5%, and that can take a serious bite out of your cash flow. This is because Sedona is a tourism-driven economy. The city relies heavily on visitors spending money, which they will. So a lot of the tax burden gets shifted onto transactions rather than ownership. Here's the bottom line, and this is the part you really want to understand. Sedona is a low tax environment when it comes to owning real estate, but it's a high tax environment when it comes to spending money or operating a business. And if you're an investor, there is actually a strategic angle here that properties just outside of Sedona city limits can avoid that 3.5% city tax, which could save you thousands of dollars every year. But we come back to STRs, or short-term rentals, for a moment. They are a major part of Sedona's housing conversation. Over 18% of the housing in Sedona has been converted to an STR, which affects how the neighborhood feels.
Absolutely. It affects the market and the overall character of a neighborhood.
Some areas feel more manageable, other areas feel more transient and less residential, which is why it's important to work with a realtor who knows where STRs are allowed, where they're limited, and which areas feel more neighborhood oriented. The investment reality side of these short-term rentals is, the fact is, seasonality matters. Some months perform much better than others, like the peak season that I just mentioned, and buyers need to underwrite with realistic expectations, not peak season fantasy numbers.
Yeah, Sedona is not always passive, easy money, that's for sure. Your success depends on, of course, property, location, your management, reviews are huge, seasonality, as Christina said. So strong pricing power is possible, but you have to know your numbers.
Pro number 3, one of my favorites, is small town living. And it's very different from where I grew up on the East Coast. The pace is slower and you start to get to know the community quickly. It feels very personal.
You start recognizing faces, you get into rhythm, you feel connected to the place.
Number 3 con is small town living. For the reasons that there is less anonymity when you live in a small town, and also fewer conveniences. So life feels more visible than in a big city.
As you can imagine, Sedona attracts interesting, high-level people. You're going to find entrepreneurs, artists, healers, creatives, intentional people.
Amazing people, and great community, great events, a strong sense of connection. I will say small town dating can be complicated and limited.
Absolutely.
Pro number 4 is everyday life feels elevated. Ordinary life here just feels different. It's grocery runs, coffee, errands, walks, everything feels elevated. The scenery definitely changes your baseline.
Absolutely. In most places, a nice view is somewhere you're going to drive to. Here in Sedona, it's literally Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, every day.
You definitely don't have to relax here. It's like living here, you're on vacation all the time.
Yeah, the place naturally recalibrates you. Your baseline gets prettier, calmer, and I would venture and dare to say a little sexier.
Oh, hey. Con number 4, education options. So education is something families should look into carefully before moving here. Arizona as a state does not rank near the top nationally for public schools, so that's an honest consideration. But Sedona is a little more nuanced. The local district and both Sedona public schools received B-letter grades for the 2024-25 school year. And families also have access to charter, private, alternative, online, homeschool, and open enrollment options in nearby communities. So for families with school-age kids, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. It just means you'll want to do your homework and find the right fit for your child.
Coming in at number 5 on our list for pros, Sedona almost forces you outdoors. Here, nature isn't separate from life. It is life. Trails, patios, creek spots, sunrises, evening walks, everything becomes routine. People move more, walk more, sit more, Outside is just a place that is a constant calling to you. You become more aware of the weather, the sky, the seasons. Overall, it's a place where you become more present, and I can support and get behind that any day.
And from the real estate perspective, Sedona offers a rare luxury meets nature lifestyle. It's not just expensive homes. It's the feeling of better mornings, better views, more stillness, privacy, more meaningful rituals.
It's more sensual than showy, that is for sure.
Luxury here is about experience, not just expensive stuff.
No. Minute number 5 for cons, real cost of living in Sedona.
And to start with, housing. Sedona Real Estate does come at a premium. You are paying for beauty, lifestyle, desirability, limited inventory because we are surrounded by a national forest, so we're not really expanding Sedona in the future. And it is a world-class location.
Sedona is exquisite. She's beautiful, but she's not cheap.
In the job market, Sedona is not a broad, diverse job market. The economy leans towards tourism, hospitality, service, real estate, wellness, and small business.
Yeah, many residents here are retired, remote, self-employed, or commuting.
And then regarding the day-to-day cost here and convenience, day-to-day life can feel expensive, and convenience is more limited than in a bigger city.
Locals obviously will go to nearby towns for some shopping and services, especially for medical care.
Medical care is definitely more limited than in a major metro.
Yes.
You may travel to Cottonwood, Flagstaff, Phoenix, or beyond for certain specialists and systems. But for many people, us included, the trade-off is obviously still worth it. Sedona does work best when your finances, lifestyle, and expectations fit the reality.
Yes, absolutely. Pro number 6, wellness and intentional living. This is a part of what makes Sedona so distinct. Sedona naturally supports a wellness-oriented lifestyle, lots and lots of practitioners, and intentional living culture. Many people come here for a new chapter. I think that's pretty common when you move to any new place in general, but here, definitely emphasis on new chapter.
People move here after burnout, divorce, success, loss, transition, retirement. People are often shifting something internally, not just relocating. Buyers here are often buying for a feeling, not just square footage. Sedona is also globally known for its Vortex sites. There is deep Native American history and also sacred land associations, but we will get into that more in a later episode. Whether you see it as spiritual energy or a combination of geology, beauty, elevation, and perception, people truly feel something here, and that feels real.
Absolutely. And speaking of vortex energy, was that a vortex or was that you that pulled me in?
That was cute.
Con number 6 on our list, wildfire, insurance, and desert responsibility.
Living in the desert means wildfire risk is real. Insurability and insurance can be issues in some areas. Living here also requires mindfulness around land, vegetation, water use, and fire safety.
Yeah, loving a place like this means loving it responsibly.
Pro number 7, one of my favorite things about living here is the weather. We get over 280 days of sunshine, all 4 seasons, feeling but softer, less hot than Phoenix, less cold than Flagstaff. You get the spring bloom, the monsoon drama, fall color, especially along the creek, occasional snow, and you'll see it at the top of the Red Rocks. It's amazing, and really nice, cool desert evenings.
Which is a big difference from Phoenix. Sedona, you're gonna find more texture, more crispness, more seasons. You're gonna find an international dark sky community. Ever since 2014, Sedona is officially a dark sky community. Strict lighting laws, obviously, equals better stargazing. There is nothing more exciting and hair-raising than to live in a place where you can step out your front door or back door at night, look up at the night sky, and actually see the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy, if you're lucky, on the right night. with the naked eye. It's absolutely phenomenal, and it's something I recommend and wish everyone experiences in this life. After living in large cities, you tend to even forget to look up at the night sky, and that is one of the most beautiful things about Sedona. Not only does it almost force you outdoors, it will force you to look up at that night sky.
It's beautiful.
I recommend everybody stare up into the cosmos. All right, con number 7, the big surprise. Sedona is beautiful, but its energy is not always neutral to everyone. For some people, it feels like peace. For others, it feels like pressure.
There is a local saying that Sedona either welcomes you in or spits you out.
Yep.
Which I think there may be some truth to, but for many people, Sedona obviously feels peaceful, grounding, healing, restorative. Probably for you, if you've been here before, if you're watching this video, because you're considering living here, so that means you're liking the vibe. But especially for people coming from busier, louder, more chaotic places.
Yep.
But for some people, Sedona can feel unsettling, or the stillness can be too intense if you're coming from a very busy, chaotic world, or uncomfortable, disorienting.
Yeah, it surprises people, to say the least. They assume a beautiful place will automatically feel good to everyone.
Sedona can magnify what's already going on inside of you, and for some that feels amazing, and for others it feels uncomfortable. And that may be a part of the reality of living here for a lot of people.
Yeah, Sedona tends to get a strong reaction out of people.
Which I think is what makes it so special, but it's also part of why it may not be for everyone.
That brings us to our hidden gem on our list, Oak Creek. Oak Creek changes the entire vibe of Sedona.
It definitely softens the high desert feel. It adds life, greenery, beauty, and definitely coolness.
Absolutely coolness. Those waters are absolutely frigid. I stood there for at least, easily a good 40 minutes with the water up to my knees, contemplating whether or not I was gonna get my body submerged and wondering why I was being such a wuss and not doing so.
But he got in. He got
did.
in, and the best time is when you get out, because you feel really good, and then you can rock the creek chic hair.
Yeah, this is a new term I learned ever since Christina moved here. She calls this look creek chic. Right?
Creek hair, don't care.
Ooh, I like that. What's beautiful about Oak Creek is that it truly provides a shady, cool place to retreat at the end of the day. You feel miles and miles and miles away, detached from any of the commercialized aspects of Sedona or just life close by in general. It's the ultimate getaway. It's a place Christina and I go to recalibrate, reboot.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how...
Very healing.
It's incredibly healing. And there's something very magical about it. So that is the reason why we chose Oak Creek as our hidden gem, because that place truly makes Sedona magical. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow along as we take you inside Sedona.